Hello everyone, and welcome to the results video for second round of Season 2. I'm Matt, and I'll be stepping in for Nev this week. I want to express a huge thank you to Spoon Smithy, all for the hover van, and especially a supporting team for their assistance and the amount of work that they have been putting into the championship to run smoothly. Round 2 has to go off-roading with the insanely quick Group B rally cars. What's interesting is seeing how the racing on gravel really shook up the normal order, with some drivers having their highest finish across both seasons and others that prefer Signa asphalt. I think this round produced some of the best looking cars we have seen, and the detail in some deliveries was just incredible. I mean, as long as you're not looking at my car. But now, we'll move on to each of the cars. Up first is Albatross Autosport. Albatross is one of two rear-wheel drive vehicles and the only H-Class car in this competition. Up next we have Auto Delta Reparto Course. It is one of three cars using corrosion-resistant materials in its chassis, and it's the only car to use a flat 6 engine. Up next is Team Ignite. They got second place in aesthetics at 43 points, and they had the highest homologation car sportiness this round. Up next is Ferdinand PV. It has a very unique suspension setup with semi-trailing arm suspension in the rear and McPherson struts in the front. It is also one of only 3 cars using an inline 5 engine. Up next is another very consistent entry from Ganner. He is again one of the most consistent cars this round, and he came very close to a few podiums, although did not manage to snag a single one this round. And we have Thistle. Thistle got second place in the automation markets with 68.6 average points. Wish you well, Thistle. Typhon Motors is next. Typhon is also one of 3 cars using McPherson's front strut suspension, and it had the third fastest 0 to 60 time. Our next team is International Motorsport Division. They had the lowest power this round at 142 horsepower, and is one of only 2 C-Class cars that participated in this competition. My personal vehicle is next with Mikado. I had the lightest car at 748 kilograms and the smallest engine at just a little over 1.1 liters. It is one of only 2 C-Class cars and is the only car to have a flat 4 engine. Zeta Motors is next. This is one of only 3 cars to use corrosion-resistant chassis materials, and the only car to use solid axle coil rear suspension.
There's a really weird thing now with the new tires that they have on it.
Up next is Aero Motorsports. This is the other car that used corrosion-resistant chassis materials and is using the seemingly unpopular inline 4 engine. Up next is Krieger. Krieger got third place in automation markets with 170.7 average score. It is one of only 2 I-Class cars, and the only car to use partial aluminum panels. Up next is the LH Automobili LR division. They had second place this time with 1 minute 37.3 seconds. It's the only E-Class car that participated and is one of only 3 cars using an inline 5 engine. NMR is next. NMR got first place in the automation scores with 70.7 points and first place in aesthetics with 53 points. They also got the highest track premium market scores and the highest rally car sportiness this round. Next up is Orb Automotive. After issues in round 1, it's very nice to see Dick Knack back on track. Next up is the Picard Motor Company. It is the other rear-wheel drive vehicle in this competition, and is surprisingly one of only 2 vehicles to have an inline 4-cylinder. Next we have Dreamer Motors. It is the highest powered car with 733 horsepower going to all 4 wheels. It is the heaviest car, weighing at 1,413 kilograms, and is one of only 2 I-Class cars in this competition. Up next is Smooth Racing. They He came in third place with a lap time of 1:37.5. Second place in automation markets with 174.9 points. And third place in automation scores with 67.9. And is one of 3 cars using an inline 5 engine. Overall, a very great standing. Next up is Striker. Striker is the only team to use corrosion-resistant panels and one of 3 cars to use a galvanized steel chassis. Overall, a very resistant car. Waffle Motors is next. They got third place aesthetics tying for 32 points. They got the best 0-60 time at 3 seconds flat, the cheapest car at $29,800, the only inline 6 engine in the highest supermarket. Overall, nice. Up next is Tomahawk. Tomahawk tied for third place in aesthetics with 32 points and is one of 3 cars to use McPherson struts in the front. Next up is Nathania Racing. Nathania Racing got the top Family Sport Premium Market scores and the top Fun Premium Market scores, so a pretty popular car all around. Finally, we have Centauri Motorsport. It came first with a lap time of 1:36.9 seconds and has the first place automation market score of 182.1 average. It also has the highest light sport premium market scores and the highest sport market scores. And that concludes our video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you didn't hate my voice as much as I personally hate my voice. Sorry for any delays that we had, but we were trying our best to keep stuff going on our end. I'll see you next week.